My name's Cliff Miller. I'm from Seaford, New York, and I'm an artist. I was an illustrator for about 25 years. I'm 62 years old right now and about 240 pounds of twisted steel. Yeah, I didn't really have to think about it too much because it really wasn't a choice. It was just a natural fit. And it's really, when you're an artist, it's really not just what you do, but it's who you are. That's who I was. So it really wasn't something I had to think about too much. I say this to my students all the time. There's so many people in the world that they hate their bosses, they hate what they do. But I happen to absolutely love what I do, and I'd do it if I wasn't even getting paid. I'm still so pumped up about painting. Every time I do a painting, I get excited about it. Absolutely love it. And at this stage of the game, since I've had, 50 years of painting under me, I pretty much know what I'm doing, and I'm able to get the results I want way easier than when I was young. So that's awesome. That's one of the pros. And when I was younger, when I had kids, the other great thing about it was I got to work at home. So, for instance, if they had something at school, like a play or a concert or some event up at school, I was able to always be there for them and get to participate in their lives, which meant a lot to me. So that was awesome. Even being, their baseball coach or their softball coach or the wrestling coach, that was awesome. So for me, I got to really, really be involved in their lives. And, a lot of my friends made a lot more money than me, but I don't think they got to spend as much time with the kids as I did. And that's awesome. I'm really close to my kids, and we have a great relationship. So that was a real big plus for me. We recently had a mural up there done by the kids, which was really nice. It just had, I forget what year had done it, but it actually just disintegrated to the point where it was rotten. So a couple of the people higher ups in the school asked me to redesign it. There's a lot of things come up in Seaford where they need an artist to be involved, and I always do my best to give Seaford what I got for peanuts. So. This is the first one we did. It's actually another kind of fun story. You were playing soccer as a kid, I think, and one of the moms said, you're a mural painter, right? I said, yeah. So, we need a mural done in the lunchroom in the Harbor School. So I came down and saw them, and this thing is 60 feet long by 14 feet high, and we had to do it in under 2 weeks. So I had my daughter Kristen and I. She helped me quite a bit, actually. She did a lot of the fish. So this one we did it under 2 weeks, which is kind of nutty when you think about it. And then what I usually do with these big murals is I design them in Photoshop, and I use a digital projector, and then I just trace. But because the blinds were broken and they were stuck open, I couldn't use the projector, so I had to stand back here, and I just drew the whole thing out in about, an hour. And then I just started painting. By the end of the first day, I had the first 3 dolphins done up there. Right, that's what it started with. Being a town that's on the water, a lot of people wanted to do a lighthouse and water scenes, but I said, why don't we do something that kids would like, right? So I said, give me a second and I'll come up with sort of the design. So I came up with the concept of dream big and be kind. And, really basically what the kids are doing over here in the foreground, you could see them like this kid's playing with skeleton bones and he's dreaming about it. And in the background, you see what's actually happening. Joe, the head janitor, I had to get him driving this Triceratops. I think it actually made his life. Hello. Can I see the handsome model that was I'm driving that Triceratops.
Oh, look who it is.
Good on, man. How are you?
All right. What brings you
This is my son, Connor.
How you doing?
Connor?
Filming a documentary. So.
Oh, really?
What's that?
You want to get me making the keys fly?
Yeah.
I'll run through them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. There's a pretty funny story about this mural. My daughter Kristen was a senior in high school, and she comes up to me one day and she goes, "Hey, Dad, my school, my senior class dedicated a mural by you as our gift to the school for us leaving the school." And I was like, "Oh." She says, "Don't worry, they have tons of money. They're going to pay you." So I was like, "Oh, okay, great." So I had to go up to the and meet the teacher in charge of it. Should we keep walking?
Yeah.
Met the teacher in charge of it, and I'm looking in the school. I'm thinking, where's this mural going to go? Because there's a wall, tiles this high, and there's maybe this much to the ceiling. And look in the lunchroom. No, there's no room in the lunchroom. I said, "Where are they putting this mural?" So I meet the teacher, and she goes, "You got a minute?" I said, "Where's this mural going?" She goes, "You got a minute? Take a walk with me." A couple minutes later, we're standing right here in the middle of the football field, and she goes, "Right there." And I was like, "The whole thing?" She's like, "Yeah." Turns out it's almost 100 feet long, and it was hilarious. I think they ended up having about $1,100, and the paint and I had to get a sign company making me a template for the wording, and it was something like $980 for all the materials and everything. And so I made like $5 a day working on this thing. It took me over 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Yeah. So on the other hand, the challenges were that I could only churn out so much a month. So I could only make so much a month. I could only make what I could actually physically do each month. So that was tough. And then my agent got 25% of whatever I made. So while I watched all my friends who were stockbrokers, and all great guys, by the way, they deserved every penny they ever got. I could only make so much money, and we scraped by. And it was not easy paying a mortgage, car payments, buying the food and health insurance, the whole deal on an artist's salary. It was really tough. So in that respect, it was really hard on. It was hard on me as a man because you're kind of judged, I think, in this society by how much money you make, a lot, and that it really bothered me, because I don't think I know no one knows the kids more than I do, and for me, I always felt bad that I couldn't take my kids to Disney or go on these big vacations or buy them expensive stuff, but so that was hard. That was tough, and it continued to be a dynamic that ran through my whole life because it was always such a hard thing to actually survive as an artist. So, and then the digital era hit, and then we were done in 2 years. And I was supposed to figure out what the heck I was supposed to do with myself after being an artist for over 20 years. So, I ended up going into the stock market and working for my brother. And I'd rather push forks through my eyes, literally, than sit at a desk and make 300 cold calls every day. It just didn't work for me. So, and then I started to get mad and I'd be like, I'm already good at something. So I did that for 3.5 years while I got my mural business going. And that was the whole next step of my life, being a creative guy. I had a mural company, and then I started doing murals all up and down the East Coast. And I did quite a few of them, actually. So they were fun. I was able to get, my thing in murals was I took almost the level of fine art and illustration into the world of murals, where typically murals are very loose and strokey because they were so gigantic. But I'm a little bit out of my mind, so I ended up making them like these gigantic illustrations. Some were 100 feet long. But my thing was I always took the local people, like the owners of the business, the people that worked there, or people's kids, and I incorporated them into the murals, and that was fun. I got kind of a little bit of a following doing that, and people would hire me to do that specific thing. For instance, there's a local deli here. I got the owners in there. I got all the people in their family, and it was always something pertaining to their business as well. So usually some kind of saying as well. So that was kind of a fun little twist.